Hi guys, it's reaction time. We've got Jet Jaguar and Fool's Paradise. Before I go on to the reaction, I'm just going to plug my mate Jim Ferry's new rock radio station. He launches on the 15th of September. I'm going to leave a link in my description below, lemonrockradio.com. Support that radio station. It's starting on the 15th of September. Just click the link and it'll take you there. Okay, Jet Jaguar. Ralph also gave me a nudge on this, but this is a band I covered for the first time a few weeks ago. This is this next single. It says it's taken from the upcoming studio album Severance. It's out on October the 24th. The song's called Fool's Paradise. Here we go.
Our country.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Suspicious only rise. Ignorance comes with a price. Suspicious, conspicuous. Welcome to a fool's paradise.
Run through this arsenal of murderous weapons such as vaccine field with toxic poison imposed by the government big pharma. When someday I stumble upon a room with classified documents with their secret plans for global domination.
Their plans are on the way and won't stop till they get in your brain. The end is here and all. The poison's already in your veins.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Plenty of heaviness in this. Really gets you going. The guitar sounds amazing, man. I love the minor key riffing in this. Really giving like that dark, heavy sort of atmosphere. Brilliant riffing. Love this band, man. They've got an almost slight thrash feel, but they're not thrash metal. They're hard to pinpoint, which I love. I mean, that makes them stand out to me straight away. It makes me, you know, all the music I listen to, which is mental, sometimes a bit too overwhelming. This band, you know, stand out because there's something different. They've got a modern edge to them. They're not stuck in, you know, trying to, you know, dangle the carrot of nostalgia every 5 minutes. They are their own thing, and they take little influence, I would say, from certain bands, but you know, they are definitely, you know, their own thing. They don't sound like anyone. You know, there's a little bit of Megadeth in there, I think, I would say. Tiny little bit of Megadeth. A bit of Queensryche even, I would say, you know, with the minor key riff in sometimes. And I like the little voiceovers on it. You know, that reminds me a little bit of Queensryche as well, or, you know, almost like the talking parts and stuff like that. I don't know if that's part of the video or part of the song. I'm hoping it's part of the song. So, you know, when you get to actually hear this proper, you get to hear all that stuff. That, you know, they're a really interesting band. And that excites me because, you know, bands like that really stand out this day and age with the amount of music we get. I think I'm becoming a bit more selective now since, you know, I would say, like, in the past, this time of the year, it's been a bit quieter this year actually with music. I think a little bit quieter than the last couple of years, which is a good thing. I was talking to Ralph the other day, and, you know, messaging saying it becomes a bit overwhelming when there's a bit too much. I don't know if it's because I'm not listening to everything now. I'm being very selective now, and even on an album that I like, I won't, you know, keep listening to all the songs. I will pick and choose what I listen to because it becomes a bit much. And that's, you know, in that, also in that year of music which I listen to, which is this current year, there's a lot of bands that are brilliant, but they don't stand out still. I look for music that really stands out and it's got that extra little bit of special to them. And I think this band have got it, man. They're fantastic. Really clever arrangements in the songs. I love his sort of aggressive vocal. Got a really different sounding vocal as well. Plenty of character to his vocals. Doesn't sound like anyone else. Very, very cool. Here we go for the rest. Man, brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Obviously a political song. I don't mind songs being political. I just don't like actual, you know, when bands or people get political. It's a bit annoying, really, because there's not a lot we can do. What I mean is bands speaking out, not in their songs. Everyone's got the right to speak politically, obviously, but none of us are experts, are we? And let's just admit it. Everyone who's been in power in this country, in any country, is only out for themselves, really, aren't they? So let's just not lie to each other. No one's any good at running countries. That's a fact. But obviously, you know, I didn't mean the band can't sing about political stuff. Of course they can do whatever they want. But, you know, one thing that does get to me a bit is when artists, you know, whether they're musical or whether they're actors, and they want to speak out and say their bit, it's just, don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. Just play the music, whether it's political or not, that's cool. But, you know, don't preach, because I think they're all useless, whatever side you're on. No, they really are. I'm very in the middle. I am. I'm just like bang in the middle, because I don't believe a word that anyone says. So that's the best way to be. So, but man, that song, what an amazing song. I love the instrumental part, the guitar solo. The heaviness in some of those riffs was amazing. This band really stand out in a great way. They are, the 2 songs I've heard so far from this band, I think they brought out music before. This ain't their first 2 singles, but man, they sound like a really tight unit. They sound amazing. I can't wait to hear the album. Guys, that was Fool's Paradise by Jet Jaguar. The album's out on October the 24th. It's called Severance. How exciting was that song? Let me know what you think of it in the comments below, guys. See you soon.